Hello everyone, welcome back. If you don't know me, I'm Miss Jalene van Zyl and I'm a 6th-year teacher in Hong Kong. I teach EFL lessons or TEFL lessons, and I'd like to share the strength of this approach with you today. The reason why I'm doing it is because in the previous video I tried to give you an explanation of my life to start painting a picture for you of my perspective as a teacher, and I've used this motivation to create a book series. This is the first 3 books, but there will be many more to come, and today I will only talk to you about the first book in the series. And so it's a phonics series. So what is phonics? Well, it's phonics is a set of rules and also deviations from these rules, more significantly, that govern pronunciation of words, the pronunciation of words, as well as the spelling. And of course, these spellings and pronunciations can vary based on your demographic. So this book is primarily based on the American style, as far as I know. All right, so of course, English starts with the ABCs. So we're looking at ABC phonics, and the design of the book is very specific. And with good reason. So basically, EFL teaching recognizes the different learner styles. And so there are 4 main types. We all have all of these senses, but typically lean towards 1 or 2. And so it's really a wealth of potential that we can tap into. And as a parent, it's a good idea to kind of see what learner style your kid is and capitalize on this energy. So the 4 styles are visual. There's visual learners, tactile learners, auditory learners, and learners who like to read and write in order for them to process new information and thereby hopefully retaining the information. So this book tries to include all of the different learner styles. The design of each section is exactly the same as the previous, and we'll cover the ABCs in each, well, a letter in each of the sections. And so for A, an example, we'll have the letter name, which is the first thing the student will learn. So this is A, so I'm Miss J, and this is A, and this is small a and big A. And then the second thing that students need to learn is associating the sound of the letter with the actual name, which is not that easy for students. And the faster they learn this, the better, of course. So I've got some visual aids. Hopefully the students will recognize one of the pictures. In this case, probably the food. I should mention, before I forget, that this series, the first 2 books anyway in this series, is mostly based on animals. So it is for kids who love animals. And the 3rd book has much less animals, although still quite a lot. It's like a 50-50. Anyway, to get back to the learner styles and how to teach and all that, the sounds, we've got A for apple and A for anteater on this page. And so the different themes used throughout the book, the foods and the animals, they should help students to understand that A is not only for one thing, and this opens their mind up to learning. So Yes, what we also have here is a small section of the ABCs, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, to help the kids to remember what they're learning at school and where the letters belong in the ABCs. So the numbers just function to maybe help the kids remember the order of the letters, and also to be used during interaction, maybe with a parent or a guardian. So you could say, what number is A? Number 1. Or like, what is number 2 in the ABCs? You could say, is A or B number 1? Right? Something like this. So we also have a little visual game here going on. So there's 1 going to capital A or big A, and big A going to small a or lowercase a, and small a going to apple. So we've got A for apple. So when you first teach kids, consistency is very important in order for them to recognize the patterns. Oh, and how they do love discovering a pattern. So the book has been set up to help you practice these consistent patterns, whatever you find works for you and your kid, right? And then you can also play around creatively with A is for apple, or A is for anteater. Right, so let's talk about the 4 learner styles a little bit more. We've got the visual learner. Okay, we've got the visuals. We've got a big animal picture. It's visually appealing for animal lovers. And this page can also be used as a flashcard, especially for the young learners, and even younger than 3 years old. It could be A for anteater. We could say, where's the baboon? Where's the camel? And they could fluff around the book, scurry around the book. So we've got a lot of visual appeal, and it's also tactile to have a book. So that helps the second kind of learner, the tactile learner. And perhaps the tactile learners also love coloring. And just to mention, I think the book is also quite nice for older learners who love coloring, because coloring never goes out of style if it is your passion. It is a passion of mine. I still love coloring. As a parent, also feel free to color along and try to draw a line, maybe with your left hand, to get your brain muscles going. If your left hand is not your predominant hand, it'll be great for your brain to use your left hand. All right, so that's the visual and the tactile learner. For the auditory learner, you can sing songs, the ABCs, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, or you can put on a song on YouTube. It could be the ABCs, it could be songs about apples or other A sounds, perhaps anteaters. It's rather easy to find songs for young students. You can just Google Apple song kindergarten or A sound kindergarten. A nice channel is Super Simple Songs. There are many nice channels. I'm sure you'll find something. All right, and then for the 4th kind of learner, who likes to read and also write, we've got the pencil control activity, and for more and the coloring, of course. And for the more advanced, they can copy A, capital A, small a, or they can write everything, A for anteater. And this is typically what we do at school, to associate the name and the sound. All right, let me see, do I need to tell you anything else? All right, well, the food name is not displayed in the book, because it really functions as a connection to the kid. I think most kids knows about apples, so it's just a nice little, oh, I know something, and kids love to know something. And how you can motivate them equally to also just get through the book and maybe do some activities is every time that they do something that you want them to do, you can really show enthusiasm for it, or say good job, or like touch them, or pat them, or tickle them, or something. Yeah, so remember to be consistent at the start. Maybe ask your kid to say something. Say, what this B for? B. Can you say B? And they'll do that. At first they'll copy sounds, then they'll copy words, and then they'll copy sentences. So there you go. Got bananas, baboons. It goes on. Don't worry too much about the food names that are not there. I'm sure you'll know most of them. If there's something you don't know, you can pop me an email. My email address is in the video description on YouTube, as well as in the front of the book. I do give my details, and I would love some feedback. I hope I've covered everything. That's about it. Yes, if you ever feel stuck as a parent, or you're thinking, or you've ever thought, wow, I really wish there was a book like this or that for my kid, especially if it's something like this that you like, but you'd like the theme to maybe change, I could very easily do that. So do get in touch. Let me know how it's going, what's good about it, what's bad about it. It's all good. Kids also, they don't have to like all the animals. As long as a kid have a strong reaction towards something, whether it's a happy reaction or a scared reaction, big feelings in association with something that they're learning means that their memory retention will be better. So that's quite all right. You can talk about what's the name, do you like it, how does it make you feel, is it scary, cute, blah blah blah. Have fun with it, and get in touch. Anyway, thank you very much for listening. I will not keep you any longer. It's been a pleasure. Keep well. Bye bye from Hong Kong.